What is the one thing you realized during this pandemic? I need friends. How much time is wasted by commuting, working from home, the 8 hours work, 8 hours sleep, 8 hours play thing actually works. This and getting ready takes way less time. If only because you don't have to pack a lunch. 12-hour work days don't sound that bad until you realize you actually have no free time at all because Ellie is on time and traffic and showering and making lunch and blah blah blah. By the way, after this experience, how eager you are to revert to the old schedule? I know I'm not. I have a horrible work ethic, as in none whatsoever. The Spanish flu was a 2-year affair. And back then they enforced wearing masks in public places and there was an anti-mask league. I'm waiting for the league to show up. Don't know about your country, but people have been demonstrating against mask regulations in trains and stores. Here in Germany, which I find ducking stupid. Belching with a mask on is a really bad idea. People are really dumb. Like I didn't know I could think less of people, but now I do. I'm still scratching my head over how badly we botched and politicized the issue of police brutality during this time, which should have been fundamentally bipartisan. Self-improvement. And doing all those hobbies I've sworn that I could only do if I had more free time. Apparently time is not the bottleneck I thought it was. My biggest enemy is motivation and inertia. Same here. For years I kept telling myself, when I have the free time, I'm gonna do everything I can every single day to be better and always blamed work as the problem. Now that I work from home and have more time to do so, I felt like the pressure of everything just hit too hard and I just went numb. I really like teleworking because I get sporadic interruptions from my daughter and I get to see my wife nearly all day. I love working virtually. I did not realize how exhausting it is to interact with humans face to face all day. I just said all my exhaustion was fatigue from my two chronic illnesses. It isn't. Without face to face, I see, on average 2 more clients a day because I have the energy. I stay awake beyond 7 PM at night, and my body doesn't ache head to toe. For the record, I'm a therapist, so I assume tired was just how my career is going to be. We hot damn. I'm mentally so much sharper and clients are hitting goals all over the place. I don't even like thinking about how much harder work was before pandemic. I feel like such a better therapist. There are a lot of non-essential jobs and a lot of them probably won't be coming back. That I was spending a lot of my time faking it around people that I really did not enjoy being around. I became even more certain that politicians are stupid and power-hungry duckers who do not care for their people. Working from home is exactly as awesome as I always suspected it was. All the years spent playing Plague Incorporated didn't pay off. COVID-19 would be the worst play throughout Plague Incorporated. LMFAO. Borders got closed after upgrading the fever DNA tree and the player didn't seem to pop the vaccine bubbles. The 9-to-5 MF work schedule is a scam. My wife and I get along very well. We are now living and working together, which means we hardly ever have an hour apart. Been doing this since March, and not even an argument. We have witnessed many other relationships fall, but ours is stronger than ever 15 years later. Same here almost exactly, except we're going on 13 years and started out of high school. There's a lot going on around us. Most of our friends from high school are on their 2nd and 3rd marriages or not very happy. I'm grateful that my wife and I get along the way we do, and COVID has strengthened our bond when I didn't think there was a capacity for more. Witnessing all these people around us in distress is hard. People being divided, falling for conspiracies to the point of destroying families and friendships. All the while we have built our home, our family and relationship. Found new and exciting outdoor activities that we enjoy together and actually saved a lot of money during this pandemic. We don't make a lot and are basically on the verge of poor, but over the years I've built my credit and we have recently been able to purchase health insurance and start saving for our daughter's education. This pandemic sucks, but it's actually been beneficial for my family overall so far. that doesn't take away from the seriousness of it all and thousands of lives that have been taken or will be taken from the virus. Just my experience. How absurdly incompetent the government is. I'm not as good at being alone as I thought I was. It's opposite with me. I'm loving being alone. Oh, I love being alone. But I haven't seen any friends, family, coworkers for months. I have breathing problems, and if I were to get COVID I would for sure end up in a coma or dead. So I have been serious self-quarantining, working from home, ordering groceries online, and just video calling my parents. I sent some texts to friends, but they rarely respond. Being alone is more lonely than I would have thought it would be. People are so much happier when they don't have to waste 2 to 4 hours stuck in traffic. It's amazing how much more productive happy people are. Celebrities with all their money and fame are useless during times of distress. Also, we are not paying our health workers anywhere near what we should really be paying them. Doctors' offices have been perpetrating some major bullshit on us for quite some time. Now you call from the parking lot when you arrive. Walk right in. See the doctor. Done. Not sit in a room with other sick people for a damn hour waiting. This should be how it is from now on. Depends on where you go. My mom had to sit in her car for like 30 to 40 minutes. And you pretty much have to sit there with the act cranked up, otherwise it's too hot. On the other hand, my doc has started doing video/phone calls for appointments, which is amazing because it's ducking hell to go and drive to the place, sit and wait forever, have the nurse do the typical wait/BP stuff, wait, and then talk to the doc for like 5 minutes for a damn follow-up that honestly could have been an email. Honestly, I'd still pay the damn copay to get the time back in my day. The calls don't have a copay, but that may just be a COVID thing. IDK. I have a much higher tolerance of solitude than basically anyone in my friend circle. A lot of people in this thread are saying something along the lines of "I realize people are dumber than I thought." Personally, I don't even think they deserve that much credit. Dumb people should still be able to follow easily outlined rules and care enough about others to try to abide by them. Those who refuse to even try to are not just dumb, but they are also short-sighted, selfish, and entitled, which is a lot more harmful. That most of my friends, who I thought were educated, smart, and loving people, aren't. They're gullible, selfish, and heartless. When this all settles down, my inner circle is going to look much different. The pandemic turned out to be a very effective asshole detector. How much critical infrastructure in the United States has declined. After decades of cutting budgets and prioritizing profits, we have a system that cannot handle a pandemic on any level. Hospitals are going bankrupt. The CDC is underfunded and ignored. Schools are forced to reopen without proper precautions. Universities are on the brink of bankruptcy. The federal government can't agree with the state government. That can't agree with the local government. It's like we've been running on this delusion of greatness while everything crumbled around us. I grew up in a very rural area and got fed the "when stuff hits the fan, we county folk stand up for each other" line my whole life. After seeing my 100th "you can't make me wear a mask, even if it does protect people" post on Facebook, I'm more than a little skeptical. I really missed out on a lot before the pandemic. Took too much for granted. I didn't visit grandma frequently enough. I complained about family outings. Hated going out in general. Now we can't. I mean, yeah, sure, we can go eat in a restaurant again, but not without risking our health. I opted out of living, and now life is on pause for an unknown length of time. Shoulder, Wolder, colder. Despite how movies socialized me as a kid, America will not save the world should a global crisis arrive. It's honestly been quite a letdown to realize this, but since 9/11, I think we've been on a decline. Everyone thinks they are the exception to the rule. Michelle Obama once said that being president doesn't change who you are, it reveals who you are. I realize that the same is true of this pandemic. It hasn't changed anyone. It has revealed people, politicians, celebrities, ordinary folk, we all had the same opportunity to pivot away from ourselves and do something to help each other. Many people did so, making masks, making treat bags, donating time and money, checking on neighbors, etc. But a lot of people did not. They revealed who they were: selfish, closer-minded, and polarized. You can't hide who you are during times of crisis. Unfortunately, once the crisis ends, you can't go back to who you were pretending to be. People have seen how you responded and aren't likely to forget. I remember a quote from Umar bin Khattab. He said something along the lines of, "The best and fastest way to know someone is to do business with them or travel with them." This pandemic is the living incarnation of that quote. That the UK government under Boris Duckworth Johnson are really ducking corrupt and incompetent. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.